Okay. 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 Oh, all right. Googy morning. It's me, Riley. It's Googy morning. Planet Scum. It's the show. It's the morning show on Planet Scum. It's the show where I do whatever. This week, it's one of those book weeks. We're discussing a book that I read. Did you read the book? If you didn't read the book, I recommend reading it. It's a good book. Okay. Before we get into that, couple questions. Do you have a snack? I have so many snacks nearby this week. There's no way I'm getting hungry during the show this week. I made myself a smoothie. I have some dried fruit and nuts. A couple of macaroons, coconut macaroons. I got water. And I got a coffee. I am set. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I got a new computer. Man, it's working out so far. It's not 10 years old like the last computer I was on. So I don't think it's gonna crash. Really hope not. And yeah, okay. Another question for you. Are you feeling generous? Are you feeling like maybe it's time to show your appreciation for this weekly show monetarily? Because my arms are wide open for your generosity here. Really? Come on, give me a big hug with your money. Come on. Or don't. Free show, but there are some perks, some contribution incentives if you feel like you have anything to spare. I think I said that for $5 I'll, make you a song. Take my little K-oscillator. I'll do something like I did last week. Musical manifestation. I'll send you a video, I'll do a little, like cameo. But for $5, a little song, you can give me a suggestion. I'll make a song about anything you want. I made stickers. Look at these. We got the Klon sticker. Ooh, yeah. The Klon logo designed by Edmund Hawkins, director of Klon. And then we have these. Check this out. These were secret for a week, and then I decided they're not secret anymore. But it's the Vacation Jason sticker. Oh, it says vacation on it 3 times. Wait, let's get it. It's not focusing. There we go. Vacation Jason, always on vacation. Number 1 vacation. What does it say? Always on vacation. Yeah, okay. It says vacation on it 3 times. Okay. What else? For what can we put up the incentive screen again? I forgot. Oh yeah, postcards. Look, we got the Mr. Rude postcards. We got some of them with. Oh, this is a good one. Just a plain old, nice little dark blue thing. If you want me to mail you a postcard, I'll send you a postcard for the postal system. And I'll get back to hand drawing them too. People seem to like those as well. And all of the, yeah, so that I know where to send all this stuff. Screenshot your PayPal receipt, send it to googymorning@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll send you some stuff. And then, of course, this little joke. It doesn't have to be a joke. Right now, it's a joke, but the $1,500 incentive is to watch along The Irishman by Martin Scorsese with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Sebastian Maniscalco, and Action Bronson. Tons of other people too. Amazing movie. Technical feat. Huge landmark achievement for Netflix, Martin Scorsese, and everyone involved. If you want to watch that movie with me, not the George Lucas talk show, me. And look, I didn't go to film school, but something tells me I know a lot about movies. Just an intuition. So if you're feeling really, really, really generous and you really, really, really want to watch The Irishman with me, you know, there's your opportunity. All right. Great. So we have all that squared away. I'll probably remind you again, but thank you in advance if you feel like doing that. No pressure. What else? Okay. The book we will be discussing today is called Pleasure Activism. I read it over the last 3 weeks. It's another big book. I should pick smaller books. It'd be easier for me. It'd probably be easier for you too. But Adrienne Maree Brown wrote a really terrific book. And it's a collection of essays, all centered on pleasure. All of the book is taking the focus away from a very rigid, very mainstream white male, cis, hetero pleasure. A lot of different voices being heard and interviewed and given a platform in this book. This book, every time I felt like I knew what this book was, there was another essay to open it up to just a different facet of what pleasure is and how we as a society interact with pleasure and internalize it. And it was very interesting. It's very readable. It is it's very welcoming. The author is very welcoming, and if you read the first chapter or just the intro, it really makes you want to read the whole book because of how inviting and how the author really lays herself out there as someone who has prioritized pleasure in her life. Makes it seem not easy, but doable to follow that path. And she certainly makes it seem fun. Maybe this is me 3 weeks ago being naive, but this is a very horny book. This is a very sexual book. Look, the subtitle of this book is The Politics of Feeling Good. And the reason I originally chose this book was because I found myself looking for or desiring a more sustainable path to the continued self-education of activism and social issues that I'm finding necessary and fulfilling to make a bigger part of my life. So the title, Pleasure Activism, was like, oh, there we go. Look, there's little cartoon animals fucking on the cover. But really, I was like, yeah, okay, you know. But no, this book is it's a sexual book. I've never read a book like this before. That's part of why it was so exciting. It was exciting and thought-provoking to think about things in a way that I haven't before. And I found myself intimidated. And as the deadline for today's show approached, I was like, geez, how am I going to talk about this? Especially because one of my early preconceived notions about this book was that it would be a little bit more self-helpy, like there'd be kind of a step-by-step guide to bringing pleasure and activism together. And that's not what this book is. And I found myself then kind of needing to break a habit of going like, okay, well, I'm reading this. What is this? How do I fit into this? But you see, so much of the book is about how I as a pretty mainstream cis hetero white guy don't fit. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll get into more of that. And before I forget, we have a poster board up. New computer, new webcam, new camera angle. And I realized shortly before the show that you can see how messy my apartment is. I got this weird, long, narrow hallway, dark, shadowy hallway with cardboard boxes. No, you got to pay extra to see the hallway with cardboard boxes. So I put up this poster board. This poster board, we're not going to do anything with it. Maybe we'll do something with it. Probably not today. So, roundabout way of saying, I felt intimidated to take on this book and share it with you. So then when I shared the promo for this week, a friend of mine shared the promo and seemed really excited about it. And so I reached out to her and asked her if she would like to discuss the book with me. And she said, yeah. And so I'm very appreciative. I'm very happy to welcome someone who you may know through being active in the Planet Scum orbit. If you saw any CGP episodes live, you may have seen her running around working on the shows. You may have seen her open doing stand-up before certain episodes of the show, including, I know for sure she opened Clon 3. I don't know if she opened Clon 2. But it's Erin Dugan. And I'm so happy to have her.
Hello. Thank you so much. Hi. Woo, yay. Yay. Thank you so much, Riley. I'm so excited. I'm fucking psyched to be here.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. What a relief to see you here and for you to be happy here. Look, everyone's happy for you to be here too.
Thank you, guys. Hello. Oh, God.
It's the best case scenario, I think. So
yeah. Listen, out of all the people, sorry, I have a cat who is just desperate for my attention.
We got to see the cat. We got to see.
She's newly my cat, so I don't know if she no, she does not want to be picked up.
Okay,
it's kind of a relationship where I have to be like, do you want detention? No. Okay,
Cats are, they're like that, right?
They're like that. But then sometimes she wants me to be her mom, and I'm like, yes, I will do that.
Yeah. It'll get there. Right? I don't know. I've never owned, have I owned a cat? No. My older brother owned a cat. Didn't get along with it super well. That was years ago, decades ago. Cats. Cool. Cats. I'm glad. I'm happy for you and your cat.
Thank you. You might hear her. And she might possibly pop up here on this little table, but yeah.
Okay. We're all gonna freak out if that happens.
Show us your pets. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know how to get an audience riled up. Show him a cat.
I mean, we've learned from the best, right?
We learn from the best. Yes,
So,
of course.
Erin, would you care to share
Yeah.
why you were excited about this book and excited to, or happy to join and talk about the book with me?
Yeah. So something that a lot of people are kind of like, I don't know if surprised is the right word, but something that people are usually like, I don't know, shocked and awed to learn about me is that I actually studied sexology. In school, I studied like Magnus Hirschfeld, sex during the Weimar era in Germany. I went to Berlin and studied there. I studied Alfred Kinsey. Yeah, I'm a very sex positive person. Love consent training. Love basically all that shit. And also, I will note that this conversation that Riley and I are having, we both consented to, and I do not want any sexual DMs. I trust everyone here, but I do not want any sexual DMs. Just putting that out there. But yeah, sexology is something that I have always been really interested in. I was potentially going to try to go to grad school for it in addition to doing comedy stuff before COVID happened. And so now I might potentially go back to school to study it for my spring kind of semester online. But when you posted about this book, I was like, hell yeah, okay, Riley, like, yes, let's talk about it. Pleasure activism. It's so cool.
I think you had a better idea of what I was getting myself into than I did.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Riley, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, nice.
I just saw the word pleasure and the bright colors on the cover, and I was like,
it's a pretty bright colors. When I see bright colors,
they work. You know, how many
Yeah.
bright colors do I have? Look at this Post-it. God, it's, you know.
Yeah. That's a good one. Also, I do love that poster board. That is a good, I think it works.
This was a good decision. I'm going to get a backdrop. I'm going to get a backdrop one of these days. It's going to cover the whole field of vision. But right now, this is really necessary.
Yeah. I dig it. Oh my God. Sorry. Cat freaking out.
Wants attention.
No.
It's a chatty cat.
Chatty cat who wants to go out.
Oh, okay.
She'll want to be back in.
Yeah, let the cat out.
Now she's out. Claire, what are you
What are people saying in the comments? People are saying good morning to Erin.
Good morning.
People are saying, well, they want to see that cat, but
when she comes back in, she'll come crawling back, scratching on that door, and I will let her in. And when that happens, I will pick her up and show her.
You've mentioned this already. Dot has mentioned it. What is the Weimar Republic?
Okay, so the Weimar. Oh my God. Okay, so the Weimar era is basically the era in Germany between World War I and World War II. And it was basically it was very crazy that sorry all the stuff I read about basically while between World War I and World War II in Germany, specifically Berlin, in the face of like a growing Nazi presence, there was also this very, very vibrant queer scene in Berlin, specifically centered around Magnus Hirschfeld and his Institute for Sexual Studies. A lot of people know about the burning of the books, which was when Nazi youth burned like a ton of books in a square that I forget the name of, but I did see.
Okay.
And not a lot of people know that those books were actually queer sex research, like international sex research done by Magnus Hirschfeld and his whole institute. They basically held like public sex education. They made films. The movie The Danish Girl was based on a surgery that Magnus Hirschfeld oversaw. If you basically any like non-binary is fucking like like me, like like history buff is like a Magnus Hirschfeld scholar pretty much by default. If you mention Magnus Hirschfeld and a spark goes off in their eyes, like they and I, we are all the same.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Is it too much of a stretch, or is there
yeah,
is there something? Okay, well, my mind, when I hear Nazi, I can't help but think of current events.
Yeah.
And do you think that there is a like a parallel in recent times or current times to the Weimar Republic in America today?
Yeah, I wish I had this quote from the book The Ethical Slut about authoritarianism and sex, but I don't.
That's okay.
But I don't. Yeah, okay, big question. Yeah, it's just I think the musical, I saw a production of Cabaret, the musical. Do you know the Cabaret musical?
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
It's I was in it in high school, not to brag. Sally Bolt brag. Yeah, okay. With the haircut like this, but I didn't have this haircut back then. Where if you know the musical Cabaret, it shows I saw a production of it recently that like really, really, it brought me to tears. It was done so well because it was done with kind of like a modern lens and understanding of like what happens when fascism is rising and people understand it and the decisions that people make around it. And it's interesting to see who, I think I hope this answers your question, but from someone who's studied queerness in such a horrifying time, it's just interesting to see the strength of the people who double down and say like, no, I will be this no matter what, because it's very easy. It's very difficult to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's much easier to say like, it's much easier to hide. It's much easier to deny. It's much easier to hate. When you're living in fear of fascism. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think with one force so blatantly rising and trying to push through into the mainstream and seize power, we see an emboldened resistance or like a duty within certain communities to be heard and be seen, not only for their like in a way to get attention and get help, but to save themselves by being visible, by kind of reaching out a helping hand to those who have yet to claim ownership.
Yeah.
Am I almost there?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're talking, you're there, you're talking. Yeah, no, that what you're saying makes sense. It's all really fascinating stuff. One of the things also to answer your question, if we're talking comparison of Nazism to right now, one of the things that is really and this kind of comes this comes into play. A lot of the book talks about medicalism. I forget the term, but like medical care for trauma. One of the big themes of what the Nazis did with Magnus Hirschfeld during the Weimar era was that they took their medical research and they used it against queer people in the concentration camps. I see a lot right now of with specifically with transgender medical rights being taken away or being staunched or being whatever you want to call it. That is a big level of suppression is the medical level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a part two to the question you asked. I hope I'm going in an okay direction, but this is my big wheelhouse.
This is great. Yeah, again, I'm grateful to be bouncing these ideas off of you. I feel like I'm like paddling here. I feel like I'm drowning.
No, you're not drowning. You are swimming.
All right, here we go. Good.
Yeah.
So the book itself, Pleasure Activism, is generally, in my eyes, a call to the reader to take inventory and to claim pleasure as a tool to organize.
Talk about this stuff. This is
I'm almost there.
No, you're good.
Using pleasure to center oneself so that there's like a clear intention behind what you're doing.
Yeah.
And whether that's I mean, this book was so many of the people interviewed in this book cited Audre Lorde, who I've never read before. But
you love her essay, the uses of power, I believe. Yes.
Power in the erotic.
Uses of the erotic as power by Audre Lorde.
Yeah.
That's what we're referencing. Everyone should read it.
And as a total newbie to like this line of thought, and it goes mentioned a couple times in this essay, the word erotic, it was for me synonymous with pornographic.
Yeah, which they're like, no. And you're like, whoa, right?
Yeah. And so easy to just dismiss the term altogether because of a misunderstood definition that has kind of just been culturally spread.
Yeah.
And so to gain an understanding that like there are like, of course, sex and sexual pleasure fit into the definition of erotic, but also it's more of an all-encompassing like all the different definitions of love fit into the erotic was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was I wrote down in my notebook, I've been sober from weed for 27 days, but when I read Audre Lorde's uses of the erotic, I was like, I'm stoned. I was like, I feel so high right now. What are these words? Like, this is crazy.
It's exciting.
I have some pull quotes if you are open to me reading them.
Please.
Okay. So this is a definition of the erotic that I really like. And I'll read two passages, both were italicized by Adrienne Maree Brown, I believe, unless Audre Lorde italicized them herself. I don't know, but they're italicized.
Got it.
They're italicized either way. Okay, so this one says, the erotic is a measure between the beginnings of our sense of self and the chaos of our strongest feelings. It is an internal sense of satisfaction to which, once we have experienced it, we know we can aspire. For having experienced the fullness of this depth of feeling and recognizing its power, in honor and self-respect, we can require no less of ourselves. And, whoa, that's like, whoa, okay, that's so cool. And I think that when it comes to social justice and when it comes to activism, I feel like that really ties together what this book is kind of about for Adrienne Maree Brown, which is that like you can use this like fullness of experience in an erotic sense to like to come to understand like how everything that you can pursue in general, and that's pretty radical of a thing to believe. And when you can bring that to like activism, when you can bring that to like social justice work, like that is imagining a new world. That's science fiction. That's Octavia Butler, which is so cool.
It's like I know there's somewhere in this book where, I mean, she must mention this a couple times, like using the erotic to remind yourself what you are actually fighting for, rather than just being so caught up in the fight that it's constantly a battle, but to take the time to like calibrate how you actually feel and how to amplify the good feeling so that you can share it or give it to other people, or just to protect it so that there's something fueling your fight.
Yeah, and I think the suppression of that and the suppression of fighting for what you believe in, like the suppression of the erotic and the suppression of love and the suppression of fighting for, I'm trying to think the words you just said, but all of that stuff like can be solved all at once with this process of thought.
Now, what's interesting to me is that internally, that almost feels as daunting as like dismantling the prison industrial complex or defunding the police and things. Like it's like several times throughout this book, it's just like it hits me that like, okay, comedian, clown, I'm not hurting for that much in my life as much as so many other people are, but like still not a lot of my life is like centered intentionally towards pleasure, or like a pleasure that I really can grip and take pride in and like revel in. It's just kind of like a kind of resigned, like, I guess this is all right, kind of like I'm kind of happy, I'm not sad right now, kind of satisfaction. And it's like scary in an exciting way to think like, I don't know, just there's a quote from one of the people that she interviewed, Ingrid Lefleur.
Oh, Ingrid, yeah.
Who is amazing.
Ingrid Lefleur is so cool. She ran as an Afrofuturist candidate for mayor of Detroit in 2017, I believe, and has really good fashion. You can Google her.
Yeah. This quote right here, can we bring it up in the share screen? Let's see. Let's try it. Okay. Let's see. I believe every moment of every day should be a pleasurable experience. If it is not, then it is time to question what is happening and why you decided to endure it.
Yes.
I also believe pleasure generated through our own power should resonate as far into the future as possible. Like,
I think I also wrote that same quote down.
I mean, I agree with this.
I wrote down fashion sequence.
Yeah, she talks about it.
This is such a good quote.
But like, how the fuck do I do that? Oh God, it's so much.
It challenges everything.
Yeah.
Which is the cool part, which is the sick part.
Woof. Like I'm coming from a place where I've always been indignant and upset and resistant to like hustle, that's like the big buzzword these days, yeah, capitalism, right? And just like, there are certain things that I have tried to plant my feet and like torture myself through the process in the hopes of being successful, and it just made me hate the process and what I was doing and myself. and then hate myself for going like, well, I'm lazy, or well, like the system is not it, without ever like having the literacy to go like, oh yeah, this is a capitalist trap, and if I just enjoyed myself, like usually when I enjoy myself, that's when the good things happen. But then I avoid that, thinking it's not viable, it's not practical, all this shit. So,
which is funny because you are okay, I will take a second to brag, and I think I've told Riley this before, but I did I did take a clown class in college, and I did get a 98 out of 100 in the class that is an A+.
damn.
I would challenge, not argue, I would challenge that like Riley, I mean, I think like the center of clowning is pleasure, because it's like exploring it's I'm not saying that like clowning is sex, although maybe Audre Lorde and Adrienne Maree Brown would disagree with me. I don't know.
There's some overlap. There's some overlap.
There's some little Venn diagram. But like I think that there are a lot of similarities there in like challenging the uncomfortable and challenging the discomfort and finding joy within that. So I feel like in a way you said that you I think you kind of talked yourself down in terms of how able you are to participate in this kind of mentality, but I think that you already do, to an extent at least, with like what you do.
I think it's easier for me to snap into that when there's an audience or when there's a specific project. I think especially during quarantine, and especially when it gets lonely or when it gets monotonous, it's easy to, for the loop of like, I'm not doing anything, or I got to do something, or, like,
something,
yeah, there's like there's a hunger, right? But I'm prioritizing feeding the not fun, the not pleasurable, in hopes of achieving some kind of end game of pleasure, when so much of this book is about serenity now. You know?
I mean, this book caught me at a really interesting time, because that's what you're talking about is something that I have been working on for quite a while. I'm in right now, I am sort of in, well, there's no end, but I'm in trauma recovery right now. And a lot of that is like just figuring out how to do things that are, one, not substances, for that specifically, but to find things that do bring me joy. And for me, that's art therapy. That's oh my God, I would lift it up, but it's so heavy. I have a huge arts and crafts box right down here. Just like finding, God, where the fuck was I going with this? Just like, for me, I have been really, really doing a crash course for myself of how to, someone had a comment, I think it was We Are Trash People had a comment about finding pleasure in their creative pursuits. I saw it pop up on the screen, but I think, yeah, there it is. Oh my God, thank you, Hex. Yeah, that's super interesting, because I definitely think my creativity centers pleasure. Like, the pleasure I get from creating is such a huge part of why I do it. Yeah, and I have, like, me personally, I have also really reshaped my relationship with that and figured out like why I do the things that I do out of love and not about like, like becoming a famous fucking comedian. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't give a shit. Does that make sense? I'm rambling.
No, it's very relatable. I mean, I think about this all the time, and every time I think that I have a handle on it, there's just like another outcome appears in my imagination, and I have to
Mhm.
achieve the outcome, or else what am I doing this for? You know, it
Yeah.
started with like making YouTube videos to make my friends laugh and make myself laugh, to like, oh, there's views. You got to get the views up.
Gotta
I
get
got to
the
be
views up.
consistent. I got to, you know, make it something for everybody. I got to,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm letting my cat in while you talk.
yeah, please. To, you know, I mean, there's examples in like every pursuit that once felt like so heart and mind opening, from,
Yeah.
you know, improv classes going from like, oh, this is just like a new thing that I've never seen. And turns out I'm good and fun and, you know, making friends, to like, I got to get on this team. I got to get performing on this night. It's got to lead to this kind of foot in the door for this industry, to,
Yeah.
you know, or else I failed because I didn't make it as far as the people who made it that far, you know. And it's just like, to, you know, even this, doing this show where it's like,
Which is good. I like this show.
I always appreciate you in the chat. I appreciate you being here. You are
Thank you.
bioluminescent.
Thank you.
but you know, like even the show, it's like to like not worry about viewers and just to worry about basically pleasure. You know, like last week doing a 2-hour song was like, I had plans.
Oh, I didn't see that. How did that go? How was your 2-hour song?
I had fun, you know?
Good. And that's, and nothing else.
Right. But you know, it was because of a last minute decision to pivot away from like being super lyrical based and like, oh, I got to make it make sense and rhyme and all this stuff, to just like, it's like, you know what, I'm just going to put on a clown nose, and and it was a 2-hour clowning exercise pretty much, which
you got it, which is, I think everyone should do a 2-hour clowning exercise on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Everyone should do it. Just go do it. Go do it.
You know, like the very, like, I wish I took a college level clowning class. I've taken some great workshops, and I really center in because I take it seriously when I'm there. But you know, it's like, yeah, the number 1 and number 2 rules are like pleasure and not harping on anyone else's pleasure. And then to just act like you're good at everything.
And yeah, that's the part that was tricky for me, is that one day I had to, oh my God. Okay. One day I had to go on like an imaginary obstacle course, and I couldn't do it. I had to go on an imaginary obstacle course, and I couldn't fucking do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it. And I was just like, I turned to my teacher and I was like, why can't I do it? And he couldn't look at me and be like, it's because you're gay and you don't know it. But like all my fucking acting, I'm gonna do everyone a huge favor and save you thousands upon thousands of dollars of acting school. If your acting teacher is telling you you're not acting truthfully, it means that you're gay and hiding it.
That's cool.
It is. It's actually really cool because now I'm really good at acting.
Oh, good.
In a way that I like just couldn't really access before. I also have better posture and I don't apologize for myself. Isn't that cool?
Posture.
Yeah, my posture, basically, like I had like chronic pain for 7 years, and then realized that I still don't know for like 1,000%, but I'm pretty sure. But like as I came to terms with like the hate or fear that had happened in my life, my like muscles spasmed out, and I used to have really bad posture like this, and now I stand tall.
Great job.
Thank you. It's so cool. It's been coupled with a lot of hard stuff, but that part is epic.
Of course, but you're doing it.
Thank you.
And there's like a physiological proof of the tension being released. That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's why when people talk about dysphoria, I'm like, I I know that. Like I had physically dysphoria, although I would classify it as sexuality, and I don't know if I would classify it as gender dysphoria, but like it was definitely there. If that makes sense. I know we're off well, this is all.
Well, I have a way to bring it back to the book.
Bring it back.
Adrienne Maree Brown writes passionately and extensively about how she loves her body and how it was a long journey to get to that point. And I've, like, again, okay, you got to keep me in check here if I'm centering myself too much when I'm talking about this book.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll be like, Riley, shut the fuck up.
Good. Yeah.
It's okay.
I mean, like, I don't see how I can get.
You can still get stuff out of the book. It's a great book.
I know, but like.
I get what you mean, though.
Like, I just don't like. I think part of the reason why I'm so. Like, it's through comedy that I think I allow myself to love my body. Clowning. Okay. I'm able to use my body as like an instrument.
Yeah.
And it's like a funny instrument, like a accordion.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. But like, man, like, I envy Adrienne Maree Brown and her, like the scope of the self-love, where it's like, geez, I don't even see how to get, like, what direction to move in to get to a point where it's like, wouldn't it be great to, like, I don't know, be beautiful, like think I'm beautiful or something,
Yeah. You have you tried the mirror challenge?
No.
You should try it. You could try it right now, though. I won't force you to do the mirror challenge.
Do you have the steps to the mirror challenge in front of you? We'll try it.
Well, I have the steps for a lot of the affirmations just written. I can read off just so this is also like educational for people. I'll also read off. Okay. This is a little education. Here are the 8 pleasure principles.
I have these written down. We can. Oh wait,
you have them written down. I have the first sentence written down. Oh my god, yeah, we both have them written down.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll talk about the mirror challenge, or put a pin in that.
Okay.
These are the pleasure principles, everyone.
What you pay attention to grows. We
become what we practice.
Yes is the way.
That's so UCB.
I know. It's like pass. When I am happy, it is good for the world.
Riley, I want you to say that again, but I want you to say it with. I want you to really say it.
Fuck. All right.
I want you to really fucking say it. I want you to look into the camera and I want you to say it.
All right. Here, full screen me for a second.
Full screen Riley for a second.
All right.
Go, Riley.
All right. Thanks. Move my cursor. Here we go. When I am happy, it is good for the world.
Yes. Okay, good. Right. Okay, deep full screen, Riley. That was great. You did great. Okay. It was awful. I know these things, they feel awful, but they're ultimately good.
It's just because we're coached in a completely diametrically opposed direction.
What do you mean?
Well, just like, from all the outside influences I feel like I'm going to, just go back to saying capitalism in general.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to heal the capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's like, I don't know why I feel bunched up, And
it's because this shit is really hard. That's why she wrote a whole fucking book about it. This shit is hard. And
I think it's also the hard pill to swallow of like
jagged little pill.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Like this is the beginning of the work in this direction. Just reading this book. You are a huge Alanis Morissette fan. And you love the musical Jagged Little Pill.
I do. That was going to be one of my. She asked you to list your pleasure activism lineage. They're on the list. We can get back to that later too, but
we'll get to that. I might have a Google Doc with like pictures, and I tried like a vision board one time that might make a good lineage thing. Anyway, okay. Wait. What was the last thing I was saying? Oh yeah, it's like.
Sorry,
To read this book is to, like, again, the appetite and the feeling to like keep going. There's like a rude awakening that it's like, oh, reading this book doesn't mean I did the work. It means I'm aware of a whole giant horizon of work that now feels necessary and exciting and just something that has gone largely ignored in life.
Because nobody fucking talks about this stuff. Nobody does. I mean, and I alternatively, like, I know I already mentioned this, but like it's hitting me at a place where I have already been forced to confront these things about myself. Like there's a section where they talk about humming in a circle to relieve trauma, and like I've been doing that, but like by myself. A lot of do you see this? Sorry, little.
Oh yes, full screen on Erin, please. Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, buddy. Hey, what you doing?
What is your cat's name?
Tail is cut.
What?
Oh. Hang on. Oh no. Hold on. Her tail is not. Hey, it's okay.
This is exciting.
Oh, it's okay. Okay.
This is a rescue mission.
I think she's and we're good.
Thank God.
And we're good. Thank God. Okay.
Whoa.
You go now. Wow. I'm sweating.
Me too.
Cat. Yeah, cat.
Look at
cat.
all the
Sound off in the chat.
He loves his cat. Come on.
Cat.
Goodbye, cat. Thank you, Dot. Thank you for being here, Dot. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay.
Where were we?
Where were we? Oh, let's get to the next. Oh, wait. Did you have something else that you mentioned? Humming in a circle by yourself.
Oh, yeah. One of the really fucking. I don't know if I have it here, but one of the. Yeah, I don't think I have it written down here, but they were talking a lot about like generational trauma and ancestral trauma for Black women specifically, I believe, and ways that they would work to heal that from like a very sort of like healer doula. Also, I want to be a doula so fucking badly.
You'd make a great doula.
Thank you. I know, right? Thank you. I would be like, do it. You got this. Do it.
I mean, all doulas are cool, but there's like a chill doula or like psyched to be there.
I'd be like, come on, you got this. Yes.
Whoa!
Dude, this is sick. What you're doing right now is blowing my fucking mind. Yeah, but she was talking about like to acknowledge
energy work.
Yeah, like energy work. I watched so many Reiki videos on YouTube. You don't even know. Lunanate, silver hair. Look them up. Great Reiki YouTubers, and that's all I'll say on that. That's my little secret.
And somatics too is
somatics.
I read a book earlier this year called Letting Go by I think his name is like Dr. David Hawkins or something, but it's the book is all about emotions and where people hold them in their body as physical sensations. You're here. I think I'm like here, like my breathing, a lot of my breathing, and I think a lot of like my neck and shoulder muscles I tense up.
I realized I was gay because I got a posture brace. I was given a posture brace by my ex boyfriend's mother.
You realized you were gay because you got a posture brace?
Yeah, it like corrected my posture, and I was like, what is happening emotionally? And yeah, that shit, my point is that shit so real. So real.
Yeah.
Like holding emotions, the body keeps the score. I mean, that book, I opened it to like the middle of the book and I was like, damn, okay. Like, I guess the body keeps the score, if that makes sense.
I haven't read it yet, but yeah, Body Keeps the Score. That's on my list. I want to read that one too. In fact, the last plan I had before COVID quarantines was a friend of mine directed a one-woman show that was I know the synopsis mentioned that book in the program. It was like a show about trauma and the physical manifestations of stress. And man, I wanted to see that show.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I just thought that you had seen the show and then you were like, I didn't see it.
No, you're right. Yeah, I did. That lead-in made it sound like I saw the show and I could share something really.
Yeah, I mean, how did you see the program if you didn't see the show, right?
I guess it wasn't a program. It was just on the website.
Okay.
And, like the synopsis was on. I should have said the website, not the program.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Oh, but that book that I read, that was kind of like, I felt like a lot of like layman's terms for a lot of what's going on with this, with the study of somatics and the idea of being able to quiet your mind enough to recognize the subtle signals that your body is telling you and how they relate to your thought process and your emotions, which is now very interesting to me. And like, I don't know, it's just every book that I read is like, oh God, now I got to go to school for this.
Yeah, every book that you read, you're like, God, now I have to have a passion about something.
Yeah. Like, you get it. It's like, this will be
I gotta fucking learn about this now. It's so interesting.
Right. You gotta learn. Oh, it's at least I like learning now, though. You know,
I love learning. I used to not love learning because teachers would be mean to me because I have like learning issues / disabilities / ADHD. But I have questions about what my ADHD was. But that's a whole different topic. But yeah, learning is fun. Can I rec you? I think Riley, you would love Crash Course John Green European History.
Writing that down.
Okay. It's if people who in the comments sound off if you've ever seen basically John Green and Hank Green, they're from Crash Course. They make like educational content for like schools and kids and stuff, got like US history, world history, and John Green just came out with this European history one, which is really, really informative about like colonialism and yes, Crash Course is good stuff. Colonialism and like and religion and how it's formed, and it would give a lot of context to this book. It would be a really good supplement to this book, and also to a lot of if you're doing a lot of like reading into like prison abolition and Black Lives Matter work. It's interesting because it's about European history, but it's a lot of cool context and content. Great. Sorry, I'm rambling about John Green again.
No, but look what happened though. We got a bunch of affirmations that this is good stuff. I've never heard of this before. I can trust the people who watch the show. I got to check this out.
Crash Course.
Excellent. Yeah, please ramble. That's why I had you on here.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Let's wait. I'm going to look through my notes and see if there's other cool stuff.
Yeah. Would you mind if I got some water really quickly?
Some water. You know what? Let's do I'll do a quick song.
Oh, do a song. I'll turn the volume up so I can hear it.
All right, cool.
Okay, I'm getting some water.
Yep. Okay. What? was that? I don't know what that was. Does anyone want to pick a number between 1 and 100? Okay, I got 1 and I got 56. Thank you. 45? No, 45. I'll do 45, but you get the joke. 27. We got a whole bunch of them. Okay, here's number 1. That's 1. 56. Oh, that's a good one, I think. Oh, yeah. $27. Oh, yeah. Watch this for 2 hours. Oh, wait, we did Googy Morning. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Pineapple Emily.
Yeah. Oh, is it already? Has that been?
No, it's been 1 hour.
Oh my God! I was like 2. How long is the show? I have no idea.
I usually keep it at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Are you cool for another hour of this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm chilling out. That's
Yeah,
as long as one of my other recs, if I can rec something else, is GB ASMR's 2-hour Pomodoro video. That's how I do my work.
Wow. GBA, what was that?
GB ASMR, it's GIBI ASMR.
Oh, GB, okay.
GB. Yeah, you might have seen her do like ASMR.
I have not, this is another, you want to get in I think one of the main.
I have to admit something horrifying to me, which is that you haven't seen ASMR.
I've seen ASMR.
Yeah.
What I'm about to admit is I have I guess it's kind of it's not that profound. It's mundane, but it's like there's an envy that I don't get the ASMR sensation that everyone talks about.
Have you tried the videos that are like, watch this if you don't get tingles?
No.
You should watch those.
Fuck. All right, fine.
You should watch those.
All right, I'm just making tabs. I got a whole to-do list.
Make tabs. GB ASMR, she does basically, I love these videos. They're like 25 minutes of work, 25 minutes of her like taking a break, and I can quote it word for word what she says in it, because with my adult ADHD, I need it to do work. That's how I read this book, actually.
Oh, good. Yeah. Pomodoro method works great. I should remember to do it more often.
It's fun when it's like a video of a person also doing it, because you're like, oh, I have a friend.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I'll try that. I should have, when I was doing my song, I should have been looking at my notes as well.
Yeah, don't multitask. That'll hurt your brain.
Here we go. We have the practices at the end of the book.
Yes.
Here, let's see if we can. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Should we alternate reading?
Sure. Would you like to read the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1. I'm numbering them. Now you have to number them too.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1. Attention liberation. Use meditation to learn to have agency with your attention, bringing it to breath or sensation or pain or solution or transformation. I am doing this right now with sobriety and Reiki videos. So yeah, it's funny what'll happen when you're forced to pay attention to your emotions. Yeah. That's a big guy. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, where's my window? There it is. Okay. Practice pleasure in your own body and life. Notice what brings a yes to your lips, to your center. Make a pleasure journal. Put signs around your house to remind you of your pleasures. Please yourself, please others. Feel pleasure every day. Don't let your body or your heart forget why we fight. To feel aliveness and togetherness, we will grow.
We will grow.
Now, yeah, I think this is one of those areas where I feel like a hypocrite. I feel like, well, you know, I think I have a certain talk about practicing pleasure without walking the walk necessary to live it. I think, you know, certainly the show helps me walk it a little bit, and I try to, you know, find pleasure and pleasurable things that I do to share with the people on the show. And then, you know, there's kind of a reciprocal thing where there's participation and people get something out of seeing me do something pleasing. But I think I hoard it as if it's a limited commodity.
Like scarcity. Yeah.
Scarcity model. And I think
or I do that.
And I think privately, I think I've made a bad habit out of denying myself something pleasing because I don't know, either there's like something wrapped up in like deserving or being caught in some kind of emotional hang up, you know, stuff like that, where it's just like, oh boy, this, yeah, of course. Yeah. I forgot to number it. Number 2.
Yeah, I say, Riley, like, you and everyone else who fucking exists in this like weird scarcity society that we live in. So I wouldn't blame yourself for that, although you didn't sound like you were. Like makes. Oh, thank you for the bold. Okay, bold. Yeah. Okay, I'll go next.
No. You keep going with your thoughts, though. I'm just doing some stuff to make it. Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you, Silver Adept. I was like, Silver A Department, Silver Adept, okay.
Silver Adept. Thanks,
Silver Adept. Yeah, I mean, this is for me. This started with working on this number 2 here. This started for me with like crafts, with like arts and crafts. With just like going to Blick, where, oh my God, I might get hired at Blick, which would be really fucking cool. Blick is an art store like Michael's or like whatever, if you're not from a place that has Blicks. I got this stone. Oh, I just scared my cat. I'll just do a haul really quick. I went to go to the doctor and they were not open, and so I went to Blick instead, and I got these pens. If you have these pens, you might be gay, and that's okay. And I got this rose quartz. This is my haul. This is, and if okay, now that I'm full screen, if I were in a Reiki video, I'd be like I'd be like,
oh wow, I feel it.
are you feeling it?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Wait, I gotta get my rock. Ooh, ooh, ah, yeah.
Oh, I cannot hit the computer with a stone. Okay. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, getting arts. Like, even just like this is my big pro tip. If you so a lot of people get adult coloring books that are like, I can't tell if they're like cultural appropriation or not, or like what it is, but a lot of adult coloring books are like
mandalas.
Yeah. I don't know anything about mandalas.
It's a spiritual practice that I've seen replicated in adult coloring books, and it's kind of borderline cultural appropriation. I think it's a Buddhist practice.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, Jersey Dave is telling me we got some fan art.
Oh my god, yeah. And then let's see the fan art, and then I'll talk about my shit. Wow.
Oh wow.
That's so fucking cool. What the fuck? Now that's art. That's fucking art right there, Riley. Do you see yourself in that?
This is Local Unknown. Just want to give a shout out for the artist here.
Local Unknown
fucking kills it every time.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. Like that. See, now that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Is just just make some art. Just go do it and bring you joy. Because like, Riley, isn't this like you're seeing yourself on a fucking skateboard flying into the sky? How does that feel? Is that cool?
Great. I mean, it feels great on many levels. I mean, first of all, the fact that Local Unknown reliably makes fun and entertaining and heartfelt art based on what I'm doing for this show feels very validating. The fact that it's good and it's like pleasing to look at, that's like its whole other aspect to it. And then just aesthetically, like, yeah, I didn't know if how Local Unknown might have known that I like skateboarding and I could never in my life do anything like what's going on in this picture.
I think you could do it. Just set your mind to it. You can float.
Okay. Float. Or maybe I'll get the new Tony Hawk video game.
Ooh, okay.
But like this is, it's just, this makes me happy. It's like, and I hope Local Unknown knows that. Thank you, Local Unknown.
Thank you, Local Unknown.
Much appreciated every single time.
My pro tip that I was going to say is that you can, in lieu of I don't know, adult coloring books, you can also. I did this with Alison Bechdel's on my list of pleasure lineage people. Alison Bechdel, she wrote, she did the comic strip Dykes to Watch Out For, and Fun Home, the memoir, and Are You My Mother, the memoir. She's so fucking cool. Oh my god, I owe everything to Alison Bechdel. But point is, if you get like a black and white coloring book, sorry, not coloring book, like a comic strip book that happens to be in black and white, you can just like color that in with like little markers. I use the little Stabilos.
Mm-hmm.
I can show them.
Yeah.
But you can just like any oh no, they're not in there. Sorry. Basically, like, my philosophy is that any comic strip book that's in black and white can just like be a coloring book if you want it to be a coloring book.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's my craft. And I love decoupage. If you just like go get yourself some Mod Podge, get a bunch of like newspapers or like magazines or like picture books or something, and you cut shit out and you glue it onto other shit, make it little gifts for your friends. That's a really good little pleasure activity to do, just to keep yourself occupied and have fun. And it's like choices without consequence, and then you get them all together and it's like, oh, this is my brain on something. Yeah,
I like, I got my drawing and I got my juggling, and
yes,
might get, I'd like to start making little videos again. I got, I finally upgraded from a 10-year-old computer to something a little bit more current, so I could, edit again without going crazy, and but it's just like to prioritize the pleasurable experience is such a rewiring, and it's like,
yes,
it's gonna take time, but like, what else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, this shit is work.
Would you like to read number 3 in the pleasure practices?
Number 3, I can't see it. I think Hex is gonna bring it up. Here we go.
Okay.
Number 3, find the ease. There are aspects of this life that are an uphill battle, and we seem to still be on the ascending portion of that long arc bending towards justice. But we can sustain this struggle if we find all the ease available to us, the places where we can flow together, coast together, and rest.
Now, to me, I feel like this show helps me with that.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's a perfect example. I was going to bring that up to you, actually.
Like, I really don't, like, I would have had the intention to, and I would have really pressured myself into trying to read a lot of the books that I've read on this show, but I don't think I would have read them if I didn't have this opportunity to share and discuss what I'm learning and turning it into a little bit more of a pleasurable experience.
Yeah, it's like it's a book club. It's a book club, which is good. Which is good.
I think it's good. And find the ease available to us. A place where we can flow together, coast together, and rest. Well, yeah, we're doing the best we can with Googy Morning to make it consistent with that concept, I think.
Yeah. It's something that was really hard for me before I started this kind of journey towards recovery, was that I was making, I was focusing a lot on what was the most painful to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of like activism work and in my own life. That's not to say that you shouldn't do activism work, but yeah, it's a little complicated.
If I may.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to, I know that I do this, and I'm wondering if other people feel the same way. It's easy to associate activism only with the most difficult, the most intense aspects of it that we may see, like, as we're scrolling and we see like cops beating up protesters or things like that. It's like, as much as organizers try to tell people that there's more to it than just social unrest, I don't know, it's easy to focus on the sensational, very outwardly difficult aspects of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard because it's not like you can like ignore it. And you shouldn't. But it's like, in the work that you do, are you I don't know, it's hard to articulate, because I don't want to diminish like the importance of the recognition. I mean, fucking the other night, like an unmarked cop car like rammed into a crowd in Times Square that was protesting. One of my friends was there. Like, crazy shit going on. But I will also say, and this might Hex, Chris. Oh, sorry. I mean Hex. If I could read this next one as well, I want to talk about this other event that I volunteered with. In organizing work, center pleasure as an organizing principle. One of the activists who, one of my favorite activists, his name is Britton Smith, Britton Smith. He is the president of the Broadway Advocacy Coalition, which is an organization I align myself with and try to raise money for, and he's a big one of the big names in Broadway for racial justice, and trying to fix the issues with Broadway right now. And I volunteered with and recorded some video for this event called the Juneteenth Jubilee, which was basically a march that went like through Harlem and ended in this big, incredible concert. And I mean, not to like make a learning experience of like me volunteering once for this organization. And I will, this event was run by, if you can find them on Instagram, I'm going to plug them. We Are the Blacksmiths and the Intersectional Voices Coalition. Both of them are on Instagram, and Broadway for Racial Justice and the Broadway Advocacy Coalition and Britton Smith. It's like, it's, I think that as activists, as an activist, you have as much responsibility to, I mean, and we're in such like, again, unmarked cop car into Times Square like the other fucking night. Sorry, language. So it's hard to even like think about joy and Black joy when there's so much suffering happening and so much opposition to it. But
it can feel counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And even like, and oftentimes if I'm not careful with it, it can feel selfish and unnecessary and like,
yeah.
Continue.
But it's just, yeah. And so like that's tricky, but it's also, it's important to bolster and help out with those I don't know, like centering pleasure as the organizing principle so that like it is something that is sustainable, because if there's no pleasure there, like organizing will not be sustainable. And even if that is just being inspired by somebody speaking, even if that is just like clapping for people or like any level of joy, like without that there is no drive. And that's something that I especially learned that at Occupy City Hall. I was there for a little bit because there were a lot of scary moments of police stuff going down. But there was also a lot of like dancing, there was a lot of art, there was a lot of joy. So this is something that this number 4 is something that I have personally seen a lot of in a lot of the George Floyd protests and a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff happening in New York. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that, or do you want to take number 5? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I have thoughts on it, but of course they are more just well, I can approach this from a couple different angles. First, the most simple and the most like it feels stupid to say, but like all right, clown, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's clowning.
Right, but to even put together a show that had so many moving parts.
Yeah.
When I had never put a show like that together before, I needed the joy and the drive of that joy to even make myself believe that this were possible.
Yeah. And that's why I tried my best to be, I mean, in all of CGP, God, I miss CGP so much. Oh God, I fucking miss it. It was so much fun. Like, I was always trying to put like joy and enjoyment first, even though I was so nervous to do those warm-ups. Don't tell anyone. You could probably
I mean, you know, you tell, but you did great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I try to not hide my nervousness when I'm nervous. I try to just be open about it because I don't want to be I'd rather be a wimp than a liar, if that makes sense. I think
then that paradoxically makes you not as much of a wimp.
Thank you. My cat's meowing.
She agrees.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. God, I miss that shit. Do you want to?
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'll expand the scope from where I started, and I'll tie it in with the clowning thing.
Yeah.
By mentioning Patch Adams.
Patch Adams. Who's Patch? I'm Googling. I'm
Yeah.
opening it up.
You're gonna see, the first result is gonna be a Robin Williams movie from the late '90s. So Patch Adams, the movie is based on a true story. It's based on a real person. He was a former mental patient that then decided he was going to devote his life to joy and healing, and in his opinion, his best course of action was through the medical world.
Yeah.
So he became a doctor and then infused his joyful love strategy with medicine to become a famous clown doctor.
Famous clown doctor.
Who then, with his institute and his organization, built a free hospital in West Virginia.
Where is this?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah, there's a TED Talk with Patch Adams that I would recommend watching.
Patch Adams.
But through my hippie summer camp, I've met Patch Adams. I've spoken with Patch Adams. I've been on a clown trip with Patch Adams. You go on these trips. It's a airplane full of clowns, and you go to
airplane full of clowns. It's an airplane.
And you go to like remote villages, and we went to El Salvador.
Wait, do you know? Oh my God, why is his name escaping me? My clown teacher. Why is his name escaping me at this fucking
Describe
moment?
this person. Maybe I know them or not. I don't know.
I'll remember his name in like 5 seconds. He means so much to me. I can't believe I'm not remembering his name.
Okay. Is it like a public figure or like a person?
No, he's just a really good clown teacher, and I can't believe that I'm blanking on his. Oh, Zach. His name is Zach something.
No, I don't think I know Zach.
Okay, you don't know Zach.
Yeah, but I guess to wrap up this.
Yeah. And then I have something I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a clown trip, a bunch of clowns, teenagers, all ages. But I was 17 at the time. But it was me, a bunch of friends from my summer camp, and a bunch of people, new friends, clowning in El Salvador for the remote villages, the town squares. But we also built an extension to a health clinic. We passed out giant bags full of like toiletries and hygiene products and things like that, and food. And it was like serious level organizing, international travel, and unbelievable logistics, all centered or like where pleasure was the priority, and then there like the drive to actually do something with the pleasure once it was built up in such a masterful way. It made it impossible not to. It was too easy to do actual work that benefited people once the pleasure was so abundant.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wish I did more of that. I went on one clown trip. It was it set me off in a certain direction, but I think about how life-changing it would be to go on another one of those trips.
Yeah. Hopefully, I hope that one day you will be able to do that.
Thank you. I would like to do that again.
Yeah, my old clown teacher, I think, did either the same program or something really similar. His name was Zachary Michael Fine. And if Zach, if you're ever watching this, I'm so sorry I didn't think of your name immediately. I just was thinking about clowning and I'm on a stream. I'm sorry.
Zach is pissed.
If you're seeing this, I'm so sorry. You rock. You formed me into this person I am. I promise.
What's up, Zach?
What's up, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, I meant to send him actually. I meant to send him Klon. And I might still do it because I'm trying to get back in contact with him.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the view.
We'll take the view. Yeah. One thing I was going to say is that, and this is just a story from the ward, but when I, for this trauma recovery, went to NYU Langone inpatient like a little while ago, I basically, it's not a competition, but I pretty much ran the art therapy sessions.
Yeah.
And I had us do, by the time that it ended, I had us do karaoke, socially distant karaoke, to just like a speaker at YouTube. And it was like it was a pretty crazy little experience. I did sing Alanis, but that, but yeah, I feel like that relates to this. I'm not sure exactly how, but it was just like finding pleasure and discomfort at the same time, because everyone was so shy and they were like, well, we're going to do this anyway because like this is joy, even if it's uncomfortable.
Well, things seem more possible, less out of reach when you're in like a joyful place.
Yeah.
And so to incrementally build upon that through art therapy, I mean, I'm sure the first session you did, there was no way you would have gotten everyone to do karaoke.
Oh no, I was like, can we do karaoke?
Oh,
I kept pitching and eventually people were like, we do karaoke.
Yeah. But it was kind of gradual, but it was all on like escalating foundations of like, here's where the joy was last time and we can build upon that.
Yeah.
That's great. Are we already at number 6?
I think it's 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, it's 5. We're only on 5.
I don't remember how to. I want to change. Like, this is a PC. I'm usually a Mac guy. I'm new to this.
You're okay.
I know, but I wanted to change them to numbers, but I'm not going to deal with that.
Stretch because I'm sitting on a.
All right, maybe I'll figure it out right now. Here we go.
Oh yeah, if you just highlight all of them and you switch that to numbers.
Yeah. There, I just couldn't get out of full screen. Now, yeah. Look at that.
Nice. Okay.
Pretty good for thing, right?
If you're watching this, you should stretch.
Yeah, everybody stretch.
My cat is also stretching. I mean, my cat stretch. Meow. Meow. Do you hear her?
Yeah. All right. Let's get a stretch.
Oh yeah, stretching time.
Stretch. Oh, it's on my belly.
Everyone in the chat, sound off with your favorite stretch. Mine is the plow. My cat is literally going like meow, 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 meow.
Your cat's doing a little hula?
Yeah, she's literally like meow, meow. Here, I'll show it on the bed. Actually, wait, I have to remove something. Look at this cat. Oh my god, look at this pigeon! Oh, it flew away.
Oh.
Wasn't that cool?
It was great.
That's my little biome. That's my little biome.
That's where you're at.
Cat. Every time I try to go out onto this fire escape, the cat like desperately tries to break out onto the fire escape, and I'm like, no, please.
That's not. I know you don't want. That's a lesson you don't want that cat to learn. Okay, my hair is getting dry. We gotta. Let's see.
Gotta what?
Gotta what? I don't know.
Now you're seeing my full screen. I just wanted to show that I have Clay Aiken both on Meow. I have Clay Aiken both on this shirt and on a CD here. Meow. Well, can I show my
Two Clay Aiken images.
Whoa. He's literally. There you go. Can I pick it up? Wow, okay.
All right. I believe she's interacting with her cat.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's go out. You want to go out? Okay. It's been a little feisty there. She reminds me a lot of the Taylor Swift cat, the movie Cats. Do you remember? God, that was right before everything, and
That was one of the best experiences. Yeah.
oh my God, how do you see it?
Elena put together a giant.
You know, wait, no, I didn't see it with Olivia Senna. What the fuck am I talking about? I didn't. We were supposed to. Olivia Senna and I were gonna make like a Cats Rocky, which I was already basically doing every time I saw it. I would like run up and down the aisles sober.
Wow.
I'd be like, yeah.
I only saw it once, but Elena put together a really terrific, like a meetup. Everyone met and we all saw it together. We took up like 2 rows, and then the row behind us was a different meetup of friends. And there was like a sing along and a clap along, and
I got everyone to sing. In that moment, I felt infinite.
Just nobody took it seriously, which like
I took it so seriously, but I was like, this is
nobody. Also, nobody in the viewing I was at took it seriously.
I took it seriously, but I was like, what the fuck is this crazy shit?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so serious about this movie being insane.
Yeah. Which, I mean, how can it, this is the first time I've had this thought, but like, how can it be a bad movie if it gave everyone that experience, right?
Yeah, and that's what people, what's the name of the guy who directed? Thomas something. Anyway, everyone was like shitting on the director and being like, "Oh my god, terrible director!" And I was like, "No, he's a freaky little bitch who made me this incredible movie." Tom Hooper, thank you, Tom Hooper. I was like Tom Hooper. Yeah, everyone was like, fuck Tom Hooper for like making such a weird movie, and I was like, no, like thank him for giving you this incredible opportunity to see something really odd.
Yeah, there aren't that many weird movies being. I mean, I'm not
just thinking about the movie is like I'm getting emotional. That was Jersey Dave with Tom Hooper. Thank you, Jersey Dave. Jersey Dave verified. Jersey Dave's verified Tom Hooper expert and fan.
He's a Hooper mania.
We got it, guys. We got a flash from Jersey Dave. A little flash for thumbs up. Thank you, Jersey Dave.
Also, this was before the show, but Jersey Dave had a beautiful breakfast handed to him. It was such a pure moment.
I think that's a watermelon on the plate. I was like, whoa.
It was so great.
There was watermelon.
Nice.
There was watermelon there.
Nice. Okay, bye.
We love fruit. Salute to fruit here on Googy Morning.
Fruit. I have some nectarines in the fridge.
Nectarine.
They're not ripe yet, but soon they will be.
Yeah, nectarine, one of the best fruits.
One of the best.
Gotta say.
What's your favorite fruit? I forget. You said one time.
I mean, right now. First thing that comes to mind is raspberries.
Nice. I like frozen raspberries and putting them in like. Since getting I didn't get sober. I decided to be sober for this period of time.
Yeah.
I guess that's gonna. I don't know, but I've been drinking a lot of kombucha, and I've been putting like frozen raspberries in kombucha.
That's nice.
And it's like I'm like, wow, I feel incredible every time I do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. This is a luxury.
Yeah, I like to. What makes me feel luxurious?
Yeah, what makes you feel like a fancy pig? like a fancy.
I mean, I also
not fancy as in wealth, fancy as in pleasure activism.
Yeah. I also love frozen fruit, like even just a bowl of frozen blueberries.
Ooh, yes. Wait, I'm gonna get on my soapbox. I'm actually on a wooden box.
That's why we had to stretch.
That's why I had to stretch, exactly. But I would go to Trader Joe's and they have the frozen blueberries for like $2, and I would just like eat them, and my fingers would get all blue and purple.
You know what makes me feel luxurious?
What?
A pomegranate.
Yes, pomegranates used to be my favorite. I went to this really weird preschool where we had a festival of the fruits, or like a harvest festival. and when I walked down the aisle with my harvest thing, my thing that I had was pomegranate. And I was like, this is mine. And my parents were like, we are taking you out of this school because we think it's a weird school.
Oh, man, I like that.
I thought it was cool. Who would sing songs every morning? Oh, more fan art?
Great. Dot is mentioning cherries. Yeah, cherries are like.
I'm not looking at the chat. Sorry.
It's just like
cherries.
And it's like that. It's like that grape thing where you're eating grapes or cherries off the stem and you pluck. And
yes,
that is such a fancy thing. We got more fan art from Local Unknown.
Kiwi.
Oh.
I have a question for what?
Sure. Whoa.
Oh my God. What?
I am playing the word pleasure like a instrument. The R is legs. The S is a double-sided elephant trunk. My goodness.
This is.
Oh my God. The P is my tongue.
Is that your tongue or is it like a bowl?
Oh, am I smoking weed right there?
No. I don't think you're. I don't think. I have no idea. No, but it's such a good picture.
The E looks like dentures that have flown out of my mouth and grown.
I think that this art is just art that like transcends what I understand. This is so wild.
It's pretty good. It got a reaction out of me. Yep. Yeah. Tongue. Yeah, Local Unknown.
Okay. Thank you, Local Unknown. Yeah. Local Unknown, you're so good at art, and thank you for doing it.
This is great. Also, my beard filled in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like a late or like an early 2000s Zach Galifianakis thing going on.
Hell yeah. Between two ferns.
There we go.
He had Obama on that show, I think, right?
He did. Yeah, they did one when he was announcing Medicare for All. Or not Medicare for All. The Affordable Care Act.
The Affordable Care Act. Medicare for All, marriage equality, the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah. What a time. Yeah, that was it.
Way back when.
I know. Yeah, what makes me feel, you know what makes me, I'm not going to put it on right now, but the blanket that I wore on last week's show, when I wrapped myself in that.
While you're playing the song?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Good.
It makes me feel good. I should remember that. Should we roll through these?
Yeah, let's roll through them so we can get them in.
Okay.
Just so everyone learns. And we'll end with me telling everyone to do the mirror activity.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Number 5, set generative boundaries and hold them.
I love that. I do that.
What does that mean to you?
To me, it means that I'm in charge of my own happiness and I'm not in charge of anyone else's. And that's what that means to me. I am not responsible for the emotions of anyone else. And if people try to make me responsible for the emotions of them, I say, no, I will be responsible for if I hurt you. And if I apologize for it, I'll be responsible for that. But I'm responsible for myself and my own safety and my own well-being. And that's all I really can do as a person. And that's what boundaries are.
Where does generative come into that? I love what you said, but I just don't know. Maybe I need to read
know where the generative comes from, but I might have just missed that part.
Let's see. I'm being told there's a lot of negative space in my screen share. How do I?
Well, if you go to view and then zoom. Oh, yep. There we go.
That better, Hex?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Hex.
Jersey Dave. All right, cool. It's still not great, but we're getting there. Here,
No, it's perfect. I love this. 6. Only say yes when you mean it. Now this is something that I need to work on.
Me too.
Yeah. Only say yes when you mean it. I'm doing a pretty good job, I think.
I know, like, but you know, especially when, I don't know, like just
Thank you, Mountain Drew.
obligations or, you know, it's very tough. Yeah, it would be nice to read more on this. And to, I don't know, I guess to trust my gut more. You got to tune your intuition so that you're not betraying yourself when,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Thank you, 5% milk.
Thank you, 5% milk. It's about knowing your boundaries and knowing about like what is good for you and what is bad for you. And once you know, it's only when you know that you can know what is. I'm talking in circles, but I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. It's just hard. I don't know. I don't have answers there.
You don't always have answers. Okay.
Number 7.
It's you or me?
I think it's, I forget already. I'll do it.
You do it.
Take responsibility.
I like this.
Take responsibility for your part of this fractal existence and cultivate pleasure and joy in your life, knowing that authentic pleasure is good for the whole human system.
This is my favorite one.
Tell me why.
Because if you are happy, then that is only a good thing. Like I was always like, I have to beat myself up to please other people, but then I was like, no, the more I serve myself, the more I take pride in myself, in my, not my appearances, in like being like hot, but like, which no, actually it is being hot, but like but like if the more pride that I take in myself, the more I am able to show up for other people, and the more I'm able to help other people and hold people's hands through maybe difficult times, stuff like that. Like, the more I take responsibility for myself, the more I'm able to show up for others.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, like I'm noticing a pattern in my behavior and my thought process where like I am only acknowledging where I fit in to these principles when like in the form of telling myself like I need to work on this.
And you shouldn't, and I would say take credit where you can take credit, because this shit is really hard. Listen, I have been sober from weed for 27 days and sober from alcohol for 48 days in fucking pursuit of self joy, whatever the fuck, like recovery, whatever. Sorry, just.
It's okay. I got it. I've been sober from weed for about 18 hours.
And I love that for you.
Thank you.
Being sober sucks, but it's something I have to do with my program. And I'm not saying it sucks as in people shouldn't do it. Like, sober power, yeah, sober power. But like, it's, yeah, thank you. Like, what? Sorry, I started coughing and I forgot everything that happened.
Well,
I coughed it out of my brain. I don't remember where we were.
Well, you know, your practice in sobriety is you taking a large step in taking responsibility for your joy and your personal accountability for being able to maintain and expand your capacity for helping yourself and other people.
Yeah, I committed to being sober for a set period of time so that I could take like true inventory of what my emotions are and how to regulate them. So that like as I continue in what I am kind of going through and dealing with right now in my recovery, I'm going to be able to like have the tools in my tool belt to like deal with whatever comes, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
far it's been good, but that shit, being sober, difficult, very difficult, especially if you have used weed to help your anxiety. I support everyone who pursues being sober from weed if you have had weed for a really long time, although weed should be legalized, and that's the last thing I'll say on number 7.
Excellent.
Last thing I will say.
All right. Should we do? Oh, it's your turn for number. This is another really tough one.
And this, number 8, be absolutely committed to your process, to doing what you are doing in the best way you possibly can. But I would say also don't give yourself shit for not being everything. Do the best you possibly can, but don't give yourself shit, which is number 9 pretty much.
Yeah. Be detached from any outcomes. Yeah. Like, I mean, so much of the capitalism mind fuck is like results based, outcome thought process without being attached to the process of what you're doing.
Have you read Jenny Odell's How to Do Nothing?
No, I want to. Damn, it's on my.
You should, if you just listen to everyone should go and look up on Spotify Jenny Odell. It's JENNYODELL. And she'll pop up on like a podcast or something talking about her book. It's a really good like anti-capitalist like take on why you should just take and it goes hand in hand with this pleasure activism book and like these ideas of like of just taking time for yourself and taking time to like do shit for yourself just and not having to like fulfill these ridiculous outcomes that people set up for you. That's my quote for Jenny Odell. It's
like an interview or like a preview of her book on Spotify?
She just, I do this with a lot of authors that I really want to read. I did this with Adrienne Maree Brown, actually, and she's so, you should also look up Adrienne Maree Brown, the writer of this book, on like Spotify or your podcast app, because her talking about shit is just so refreshing. She's so cool. And funny. Really cool. Really funny. She's funny in the book too.
Yeah.
She talks about it in a lot of her interviews that I listened to before this, of like how she's decided to like not allow like the idea that her kind of cracking some jokes when they come up, not allowing that to like, not thinking that makes her unprofessional, if that makes sense. And I think that makes her writing really like stand out.
Yeah, she's very like,
she's so funny.
The level of comfort that she brings to her work made it possible to read this book.
Yeah, because otherwise I feel like it'd be really hard.
Yeah, it's it's a lot of topics that, first of all, if it's not academic, which is inaccessible in one way, it's heavy, which is just, it makes it harder to read. And so for her to be so open and so like open to humor and open in many ways, but even humor, it really made the book a pleasurable reading experience.
Yeah, and it's really interesting for me because I'm trying to not use humor as a defense mechanism to my emotions, if that makes sense, and as a defense mechanism to pleasure as well. So to see someone utilize it in a way that is empowering to them is really cool. Yeah, because humor, it's funny, humor can be a coping mechanism and also a defense mechanism and also just a way to express yourself. Yes, thank you 5% milk. Anyone, are you guys taking notes? Are you taking notes? Get out, pencils up.
Your
Sorry.
pen. This is not a pen, it's a twist tie. But yeah, where's my pen? Shit, I don't have a pen on the desk right now. That's cool.
When we play out, oh my god, we're like done. We have to hurry. Okay,
there's no actual like cutoff time. It's just the 2 hours is like my kind of loose goalpost.
When we go out, I will ribbon dance.
Okay, we got to play some
other activity I picked up.
It has to be royalty-free music, but we will.
Okay.
I dropped the twist tie into my fan. Okay. Chaos right now. We got cats. We got malfunctioning appliances. We're good. All right.
All right. Let's hit these last two, and then I'll say mirror challenge, and then we're out.
Okay. Be satisfiable. Learn what enough feels like in your body. Don't settle. Don't overindulge. I
heard her talk about this on a podcast of hers that she was on. I was listening to this morning. This really comes into play with moderation, because especially when she talked about this in regards to sex and weed especially, and drug use, because she was saying that like it's, or maybe I don't know if this was her or someone else, but like that it's really easy to just want more and more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And if you're wanting more, then there's something in yourself that isn't settled yet. Yeah. So that's really important, is to have a space where you're like, I have enough here and I am enough either under this state or with this or doing this. Yeah, I think personally with weed, it's like, it's tied up in like, when you got one of those pens where you just hit it. God, those pens. I have so many friends who got like fucking addicted to weed because they got pens. It's just too easy. It's too easy. It's supposed to be like a little, ritual. I know. I know, like, but I'm very pro weed. I'm just not having it at the moment, if that makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, I go through phases of that, but I think I'm going to get another pen because I again, like, here's like that pattern of like, I make things too hard, things that are pleasurable too hard or like too out of reach. Yeah. So then I don't do them because I think I gotta discipline or like distance myself from pleasurable things so that I grow in other areas. But then there's no pleasure or release or relaxing unless it's like a publicly sanctioned, like, okay, well, here's my designated time to do something on my show. I think the answer to that, the key to that, would be like ritual. It's time for the mail. It's every week I have to go answer the doorbell and get mail time. Okay, I'll take up the space. Cool. Hey everyone, this is Erin Dugan. I just wanted to pop in and quickly say I hope that everyone is having a good morning. I hope that everyone is brushing their teeth 2 times a day. I hope that everyone is eating good meals, being nutritious. Whew, there we go. Nailed it. That was incredible. Good job. Thank you. What I was going to say is that you gotta bring like one thing that I really gleaned from my relationship with the Catholic Church is that ritual is everything. Yeah, 5% Milk said, "What are your weed rituals?" And I would say like whatever you're doing, like bring self-care into it. Make it fun for yourself. If that's weed, if that's like whatever, like do whatever you need to make it fun for yourself. Yeah. I think, know what I mean? And you should apply that to like everyone. Gosh. Okay, I really want to talk about this, but be right back. Oh boy, what's going on? Hey everyone, I just wanted to say that I hope you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep every single night. Maybe not stay up too late, because like, why? You could just go to bed early. I hope that everyone is dedicating some time to listen to music. Music is really good.
Every week on this damn show, I gotta answer the mail. I gotta get the mail. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
That's okay.
Okay, are we still
Mail is here. Mail, 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 mail. Mail, 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 mail.
I get so stressed out of the most inconsequential thing. Oh.
Mail, 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 mail.
I rock. I got the mail.
Mail. Yeah.
Mail rocks.
Guys, save the postal service, please. Please save the postal service.
Hey, buy a postcard.
Buy a postcard. Why not buy a postcard? Please.
Go in the mail.
Save the postal service. It's all right to vote. Save the postal service.
Okay. We'll do a whole 2 hours on weed rituals.
Oh my god. Mine involves an acoustic Alanis Morissette, a shower, and a candle.
Damn, that's good.
I know. I'll be back on that shit at some point later. Okay, we have one more.
Okay.
Ready? Can we read this at the same time?
We can, but the audio is gonna like.
I don't give a shit about the audio.
You're right. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. You are. Wait, you went away. Okay, wait, but I like that so much. If I can, I wish that could happen. We'll do that for the end, Hex. When I give the final challenge. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. You are a
miracle. Act like it.
Don't waste it.
Yeah, I know this to be true, but it's just hard to remember.
It's hard to remember sometimes. It's hard. It can be hard. But that just makes it more true.
It's true. Maybe I should write it down and I'll put it on this poster board.
Yeah, put on the fucking poster. Yeah. Next step. I want to see it on the poster. You are a miracle. Act like it. Don't waste it.
All right, let's get up here.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
Do you want me to?
Got it. I got it.
Okay.
Now, I know that microns are potentially gay. Where do Sharpies fall on the spectrum of?
Oh, I don't know if that. I think you're gonna need a metallic Sharpie for it to show up on a black.
Oh no, I gotta post it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think Sharpies are pretty straight. I mean.
Oh, you mean how gay things are? Well, it depends on how many colors of Sharpie you have. If you only have like a couple of colors of Sharpie, then that's not that gay. But if you have
we got it.
Sharpies, that's pretty gay. It used to be like the skinnier of Sharpie that you have with the, it's kind of like if someone can make it graphic, it's kind of like if thing x-axis is like how skinny the Sharpie is or how skinny the colored marker is, and then this is X, this is Y. X-axis is how many different colors you have, and the more you go up on that, the gayer you are. The more likely that you're lesbian. If you have little tiny skinny little colorful pens, you might be gay. I'm not saying you are, but you might be.
I'm learning a lot today.
Welcome. I'm here to educate. I'm a mathematician scholar.
Here we go.
Incredible. And that's so good. That's
the big finale. This is all been built.
Act like it. Don't waste it. Yeah.
That's what this whole show's been building towards.
Is that right there.
Yeah.
Can I leave everyone with a challenge?
Please.
Okay, so this is the challenge from the book. You have to go up to a mirror, go look in the mirror and say out loud, I love myself. You have to go look yourself in the you have to go look at yourself in the fucking eyes and go up to the mirror and say, I love myself. And not say anything else. And just say that. And do that, I don't know, every day, maybe twice a day, and see what happens. Pleasure homework. This is the pleasure homework, yeah. Yeah, that's my challenge I leave everyone on. And when you're at next episode, report back and say how that was for you. Because it might be hard. It might be hard. You might be like, hee, like, haha, that feel weird. But don't. Because
don't put anything on it. Don't put any spin on it.
I'm putting shit on shit, and I'm fucking done with it. And that's where I'm at now, which is good.
Wonderful. That's good homework.
Good homework.
Damn, that was a great show. I can't thank you for being here today. You really you made this navigable for me.
Navigable. Navigable. One of the two.
You made it easy. You made it easier to talk about this stuff.
Thank you. That's why I'm on this earth.
Well, I really appreciate your time and your enthusiasm for this stuff. And also, I highly recommend this book. I think we really scratched the surface. There's so many directions Adrienne takes this book, and I feel like we got to a few of them, but like I really enjoyed this book.
Everyone should read it, and if you can read Audre Lorde's uses of power, uses of the erotic. God, I'm messing up on it, but just look at Audre Lorde uses power erotic, and I'm sure you'll fucking find it. And Riley, can I plug my monthly show before we go?
Before you do that, I also want to mention that that Audre Lorde speech is available on YouTube as an audio file. If you don't feel like tracking it down or reading it, you can listen to it, and it's.
Adrian says it's even better that way.
It's really good.
You should listen to it.
Very, very good. We're also getting requests for you to plug your socials and plug any show you want to.
So I host this show called the Stone Street Comedy Hour every month. It's the next one. I haven't fucking planned it yet. The next one is like September 25th or something like that. But if you look up, it's either, God, I think it's the Stone Street Comedy Hour, _Stone Street _Comedy Hour. I'm also Whatcha Dugan on. Am I Whatcha Dug? No, I'm Whatcha Dug. Whatcha WHATCHADUG on Instagram. If you would like to follow me there. Although most of my comedy stuff is happening through the Stone Street Comedy Hour. And I'll be hosting a cool, possibly I might do like the Comp Head episode or something like that. This month. It's gonna be fun. I have good comedians on it, and it's always a good time. So please go follow me there. And I think that's all I have to plug. I don't know. Please support Broadway for Racial Justice and the Broadway Advocacy Committee. You can follow both of them on Instagram.
All right. Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Good plugs.
Plugs.
I will plug, just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Riley Soloner and contribute to Googy Morning if you can, if you're feeling moved to do so.
Follow me on Twitter, not Instagram. I don't use Instagram that much. Sorry. Twitter instead with the same handle. Sorry.
Whatcha Dugan, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll retweet you and tag you and so people can see that.
Thank you.
We got songs, we got postcards, we got what's the other thing? Stickers and The Irishman.
Oh my God.
And everyone on a
show, Riley. A little competition.
Oh yeah. We got it. I don't want to be the second show on Planet Scum to watch The Irishman. I want to be the first.
Be the first.
If someone wants to start some kind of fund where everyone pools their money into a little bank and then, gets me to watch The Irishman that way, that's not cheating, I don't think. But but that's a lot of money. So I won't. That's the last time I'll mention that. But read the book. And oh yeah, we have the next book. I think we're gonna do another couple weeks of other shows, and then we'll go back to the books. But we're going to read The Will to Change: Men, Masculinity, and Love by Bell Hooks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just that's what I'm reading right now. This is the direction I'm being pulled in. I've never read Bell Hooks before. I've heard it's almost like I don't know. It just feels long overdue.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go.
Done. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all of your comments and for like chilling out with us in this good googie morning. Like you guys all rock. Much.
Yeah, I'm doing the emoji.
We're doing the emoji. How do you sign off, or is this the sign off?
You know, it kind of trails off every time, but you know, yeah, okay. Here, yeah, this is a good. I'll do a little song for the skateboard man.
Incredible, and I'll do a ribbon dance.
Oh yeah, ribbon dance. Yeah, get the ribbon dance going, and I'll do the song, and that'll be the end. Here we go. Here we go. What the? Damn it. Okay. It's got to be a better song than this. Almost there. Almost there. My God. Okay. All right, we got to try another different. This is not ribbon dancing music. Hold on. I'm going to get there.